Hi, this is the Price Action Analyst. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Hope you're having a good weekend. I've had a subscriber request to just have a look at a few coins. Before I get into that, I just want to say I hope everyone is doing well in the crypto markets. They look very bullish at the moment, so I don't know if everyone's having that experience, and I know, like I've said, the majors were running, but I've had quite a few emails from subscribers today telling me how much their accounts are. So I think they're telling me how much their accounts are up, which is nice. I mean, it's good to know that I'm having some input into that process, but I think more broadly the markets are kind of are running. So there's a lot of stuff happening. I don't follow the fundamentals too much, but I was listening to a different podcast today, and it mentioned that India has passed some law that's now allowing people to transact or do something in Bitcoin. So what's happening domestically to the US is happening internationally. Like, everyone is moving away from the US dollar, and this has been happening for a while. The Chinese have been buying gold, still are. A while back they made that gold-backed futures exchange to transact in oil. So the writing's on the wall. But more importantly to me, you're seeing this in the price action of these cryptocurrencies. So all I'm trying to do is help people identify which cryptocurrencies are going up the most. So those that are going up relative to Bitcoin, and just identifying what I think are good entries. And it's the least important bit, but identifying exits where those coins are going to rest for a while, and you can get out and put them in something else, and then re-enter at a lower price and a better entry later on. So if you're interested in that, check out my videos on VeChain. I entered VeChain yesterday, and I entered it at a lower price than I got in. So anyways, the coins I want to look at today are Tezos, Oxcoin, and DigiByte. So let's start with Oxcoin. So Oxcoin is in the model portfolio, but it's not in my ideal entry. So it's not really, when it moves to ideal entry, it means I'm close to giving a buy recommendation on it, and I'm just looking for the zone. So Oxcoin is in the model portfolio because it consolidated, broke out, and it's now uptrending relative to Bitcoin. But I'm just telling people to wait. I mean, it still looks good. You've got the breakout on high volume. It's moved up to resistance, cycled down to support, support's held, cycled back up to resistance, and now it's washed support again and washed this low. So my only apprehension here is that there's very strong momentum coming down here. That's buying. It's not substantial. You've had your retest down to the low. So all I'm really waiting for is for that buying to look convincing. And I'm just not quite there yet. The other thing that happened here is, you've got air here from this push off. So all of this is acted to, and the wash of support and support is all acting to provide support there. But I'm just not convinced enough to give a buy recommendation here yet. If you want to, assuming this goes up, you want to be early, get in now. But I'm not convinced enough to put a buy recommendation on it. So if we drill down to the hourly, see, that looks very good, and these are hourly bars. So last time I looked here, this wasn't here. I'm more convinced now because of that. So you've got these wicks. This is the air from that other push. You've got the wick here. So short-term trading and even options trading on stocks, I'll buy within those wicks. So, that would have been an entry point for me. now you got a breakout, and you got a breakout on strength, and then you've got more air. So I'm, I don't review them on a Saturday because I review them every other day. And these are hourly bars. So this bar is 3 hours ago. So, if next time I'm reviewing the cryptos and I see this, this will probably not only go into ideal entries, but I'll probably have a buy. I'll have a buy recommendation on that now. So for subscribers that are waiting for me to give a buy on that, I think that'll probably be a buy as of the next update. So, and interestingly, I just got out of that coin. I got out of 2 or 3 coins that I had weight recommendations on, and I put that into Ripple and VeChain. So I mean, those have been good. Those have done very well today. But this now I'll move that to a buy. So that's looking very good. This is what I keep saying about substantial buying support in the right area. There's your buying support. You generally always get a retrace, and then I want to see what happens off that retrace, and then that's enough to make me enter. So what's next? Tezos. This is very much the same deal as Oxcoin that we just looked at. Same thing. Except this never, these have been new highs. This doesn't have a long history of falling price and consolidation. This has basically just gone up. And this consolidation, went up, support held, cycled down to support, hasn't gone up to resistance, which, makes me more bullish that it's going to go up to resistance. Because, once it comes down to support, it should eventually cycle back up to resistance. So, but in the midst of all that Bitcoin appreciation, you had very strong momentum down coming down into this trend line. Now, if it pushes out of here, you get a red bar with that closes at its low. It's very bearish from this. Like that looks like price is going to cycle down. Having said that, because this breakout looks like it's going to push downwards, if you get, if this becomes a false break and you get a push up, that push up will be very strong because you'll have a lot of trap shorts in there. So it would have been better if price had washed this support level here. I don't think it has. It's washed this one, which is okay. It just would have been nicer if it had washed that one. It hasn't. So again, is the same reason I didn't put a buy recommendation on that is because the momentum was down. You had very little buying. You had another strong red bar, wicks indicating it was go down. And today you've had a buying bar. So if we move into the hourly, so last time I looked at it, this blue bar wasn't here and it just looked very weak here. So I was, it's still in the model portfolio with a weight recommendation. I'm just not enough for me to put a buy on. So if you go down into the hourly, this is doing the same thing that Oxcoin is. And, there's your volume spike. So, I don't like these coins as much as, say, Ripple and Monero on Friday. But if you want to take a chance here with that this all looks good. These wicks here, wash, buying pressure, retest, buying pressure, another failed retest, stronger buying pressure, now a breakout and a volume spike. If you want to take a chance here with Tezos, then you can do that. My only advice to you, and especially if I was trading a shorter term instrument like futures, I would go, that's my line in the sand right there. So if I get in here and price cycles back, I'm out, because what happens then is that you get buyers thinking, all right, this is a way, and price cycles down on you, and now they're all hitting the sell button. And out of price action like that, you'd get a very strong aggressive push down. So if you're going to play that, by all means do it. Just have a line in the sand and don't let it go too far. Like, it's possible that price washes that and thing, but if it pushes down here, just cut it. And I know we're not short-term trading here, but that price action on the daily bars looks so bearish to me that if price pushes out of there, it's going to be violent. And then if it pushes out of here, then my premise is for it to come and test support down here. So with this particular one, I would just have a line in the sand here. So that's Oxcoin, and the last one was DGB. So this one doesn't have a very long price history. So when I frame up support and resistance, there's only 2 lines that I'm using there. Price goes down to support, comes up to resistance, washes resistance, cycles down to support, and is back up on the way to resistance. So, short-term bias is for a test of resistance. But you've got, stronger downward momentum. And then if you go to the hourly bars, sorry. So there's not really too much for me to do with stuff that has such a short price history. But, we've got, let's assume that that's, a proper test of support, and now you have, you have a breakout there. So, and there's a bit of a volume spike. So, my short-term bias would be for price to push up and test resistance. There's just not I don't know how to explain it, but when there's not a lot of price history, it's harder to just give you an indication of what's happening. I would say, it's going to test resistance here. So I can't put a coin in the model portfolio that's got that short-term history, and you can hear from what I'm saying, I just don't have a lot to say about that. And again, I'm not sure why that is. I guess when you have that context of the, for example, why is this giving me such a hard time? All right, you've got a wick here on the opening day, but if you had price action that had roared up here and, tested resistance and support and was convincingly up this way, and I can see that trend is up, and then I'm much more, all right, my upward bias, my bias is upwards, but we just don't have that here. I've essentially got a straight line. So, I kind of get why I don't have a premise now, because this is that's my bias, right? It's not, price has gone between support and resistance. There's no real direction there. So, what's my short-term bias? It's for price to cycle from support to resistance, but after that, I don't know. So I understand why I don't have anything to say here, is because, I mean, I could assume from that wick that that's, you know, an uptrend, but you can't really. I mean, it's every coin that opens, the day it opens, has a big wick. That's not, you know, that's not a liquid price history. You know, that's not evidence of a long uptrend. So this is, I understand now why it's difficult, because, you know, my premise is basically I've got a horizontal line to deal with. So yeah, that's why I have so much difficulty with it. It's just, there's no way for me to form an upward bias. And then you've got this strong momentum down. So if it comes up to resistance, washes resistance, and cycles down again to support, that's well within expectation. So with this short history and a flat line, it's very hard for me to say, like, I can't put anything like that in the portfolio, because with the tool set I have, I can't really make a I'm not confident in the predictions I make with that. So anyways, I'll leave it there. Like I said, hopefully you're having a good run in the crypto markets at the moment. If you're not, maybe you want to subscribe to this service, because it looks like the people that are subscribing are pretty happy. If you like this video, please like it, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.